Howdy folks, this is a video to show you some of the editing tools that you have available for you in Canva. So once you get logged into Canva's home, you're going to create a new video, and it's great because it's got all these different templates that we can look for. We're going to be creating a YouTube video, so make sure you select that one. What we're going to start off with is I want you to build using a template. So I'm going to use the nature template. That's one of my favorites. And then it's going to give you more suggestions like this. So maybe I particularly like, I like this one. That's cool. So I'm going to add that template in there. And if I take a look, I've got this quick template, and then I still have the other one that I clicked on first. So I'm going to make sure that I delete that, and I can just copy or just click and drag, delete all those initial templates that I didn't want. And then I've got to move all this stuff back to the beginning. Cool. So here's my template. We are not Lorna Travel. This is senior high sports. Hashtag Go Bronx. There we go. So now I've got my nifty little template. And obviously I could replace the ocean scene of this cove here. But what I am going to add in next are my videos. So I've already done this, but if you haven't yet, make sure that you upload your videos. They should be on the journalism server. So navigate to the journalism, which is going to be on this PC. There we go. Journalism and newspaper under video unit, and you can pick whichever folder that you've got them saved in here. I've already got mine loaded up since I didn't want you to spend 5 minutes waiting for these to load. So with that, I'm going to start dragging and dropping my clips in here. So maybe I'm going to start with that one. Maybe I'm going to add in the little trophy section here, and then we'll do some of these longer ones, something like that. Okay. So I've got all my clips in here and they're full length. So you can see that my video right now is 120 seconds long. That's way too long. So I'm just going to start by tightening these up to short little 4 or 5 second clips. There's a couple ways that you can do this. So right now I'm just trimming. So I'm deciding where I start and where I stop that video. Another way that you can do that is you can snip your video. So if I put my cursor here and then I right click and say split, now it splits that one video clip into 2 video clips, but I'm just going to get rid of that video. So I can delete that, and I'm going to shorten this one up to about 5 seconds. I'm going to shorten this one up a little bit and shorten this one up a little bit. So now I've got a nice, almost tight 30-second video. So right now I'm at 27 seconds. So let's toss in that last video of Lady Bronx. And this is just giving me a really rough cut. What I'm going to do next is add in my audio. So I recorded my audio separately. So I would just click and drag in my audio here. For my B-roll voiceover, and my voiceover is actually a little long. So I'm just going to extend this clip and add a black slide at the end. So I'll go like that. Cool. And so that's my video. However, if you have a video, if I go back to my uploads videos, where maybe I wanted to take this student's speech, have this student who is saying something in this video and overlay that student's voice on top of my images, what I would do is I would extract the audio. There we go. And then should be able to get rid of that. Whoops. I'm going to get rid of this, move that audio now to the beginning, and then I can delete that. So now the audio here is playing is from that audio clip of that student who we interviewed. And so now it's going to look something like, so if I go back to the beginning, I can view it. Go. So senior high Bronx. And I don't know if you can hear that, but what I have is this. When I was recording, I picked up some background noise, which could be nice. I like the background noise. I'm going to keep it, but I am going to adjust the audio. So I need to extract the audio. So I have to extract that audio, and then I am going to both fade it in. So I'm going to slowly fade it in over a second and a half, and I'm going to fade it out a little bit, just so there's that little voice of that little sound of voice in the hallways, and I'm going to turn it way down. And then I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to extract these audio for the rest of these. Extract audio, extract audio, extract audio. And the reason why I'm going to do this is I'm going to turn the audio down on all of these to 0, because I don't want any background noise. I just want the student talking over the video. You can also, I'm going to leave the video in, or the audio files in here. However, because I might want to add that sound back in later, and it's a little bit easier if I just leave them in now versus just simply straight up deleting it, right? But we'll go extract audio. I want to put this one. Oh, I can't move it into that next track. Anyway, so I'm still going to go volume, balance that out. And then I'm going to add in some audio. And you can search anything. So let's look up upbeat jazz instrumental. Perfect. And oh, that looks fun. Cool. So I'm going to add this guy in underneath it. And again, I'm going to go to my fade. I'm going to fade in this funky music. And then I'm just going to make a quick text box then that says, text. Add text box. There we go. Your paragraph text. Bronc Sports. And I'm going to make this orange. There we go. Now I can animate it. I like that. There we go. And I can get rid of that guy. Sweet. So now we can take a look at the video. Oh, last thing I think I want to add is a little transition. Sorry, I almost forgot that. And I'm just going to dissolve to black. So this is what my last piece is going to look like. See how it kind of fades out to black? And then we get that Bronx Sports. And there we go. So there's about a 35-second video. When I play it, it looks something like this. That modern jazz is really weird. I don't know if you can hear it. But anyway, so I don't know if you can hear that, but it's working. I can hear the music is terrible. But I can hear the student voice over the edits. And then it's just a matter of matching up like where I want the edits to happen. So maybe a student says something right here, and that's where I want that transition to change. So I'm going to adjust that. And then I'll go to my next transition is when do I want that next transition to hit? Okay, so that's the ins and outs of it. Hopefully this works for y'all. Good luck. Holler at me with questions.